This is TWiT.
I enjoyed engineering, but it was tough. It was tough because in my third year, my junior year, I quit. And I was like, this is not good. I'm falling asleep in my classes. I don't have focus. This sucks. I remember I was taking electrophysics and physics 3 and calc 3, like all the least fun classes. I'm sorry if you're an electrophysics guy, I don't know. But for me, the least fun classes. And I was falling asleep. And so I was like, you know what? Forget this. If I'm gonna do this, I have to want to do it. If I'm gonna be successful at it. And so I had that conversation with my mom, and she was really supportive. I was scared to death because most of the kids who I was in school with, their parents, if they didn't perform, their parents were like, "You're done." So I was scared, but I'm glad I did. And she was like, "You know what? You should be happy doing what you're doing." So I quit, and I said, "I want to be a screenwriter. I want to go to the cinema school and do something creative, something super creative." So I went to the cinema school, and USC Cinema is well known, very tough school to get into. And so I went there and I was like, "Hey, I'm a student here, can I audit a class?" And they're like, "No." "Can I sit in on a class?" "No." And I was like, all right, fine. So I talked to one of the admissions directors, just chatted with him, told him about my background. He goes, "You know what? Based on your background, you should go down and talk to Tom Holman." I'm like, "Who's Tom Holman?" He said, "Tom Holman is the TH of the THX sound system in Lucasfilm, and he's a professor here. He works in the sound department. He's an engineer. He's doing what you want to be doing, which is combine something technical and something creative." And so I was like, okay. So
how old are you when this is happening? You're a junior in college.
Yeah.
Trying to switch totally from engineering to screenwriting.
Yeah.
And they're telling you to go talk to the TH and THX.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
This wasn't daunting at all? You're thinking about doing this? And
no. I marched right down to Tom's office, and I said, "Mr. Holman?" He goes, "Yes." And Tom is great. He still teaches at USC, and at that time he had a really tiny office and just total absent-minded professor. The office was floor-to-ceiling papers and SMPTE journals and IATSE this and all the AES journals, all the different organizations that he was a member of and senior fellow and things like that, all stacked up. And so I went down to his office and I said, "Mr. Holman?" He goes, "Yes." He's got glasses, large guy, very boyish face. And I said, "Mr. Holman, did you invent THX?" He goes, "Yes, I did." I was like, "That's cool." And behind him is like the technical award that you get from the Academy for the invention of THX. And so
papers everywhere and a big thing of gold sitting over there.
Yeah, it's like a plaque. And so I'm like, you know what? I think you could use a personal assistant. And he goes, because I looked at his office and I said, "Well, I'm interested in this field. Could I come and help you?" And he goes, "Well, do I have to pay you?" And I said, "No, I'll do it for free." And so for 6 months, I was Tom Holman's personal assistant. And he was awesome because with that, I had full access to all the classes that he taught, including Cinema 241, which is like the audio class for filmmakers, where you learn about how the basics of sound in films, and all his TA classes and the sound department, and he would give me things to read and take me to meetings. I mean, he was awesome.